High atop Mount Carmel, the prophet Elijah stood with unwavering faith. Before him, hundreds of prophets of Baal cried out to their God, begging for fire to fall from the sky. Hours passed, but no fire came. Then Elijah stepped forward. He prayed to the God of Israel, and in an instant fire rained down, consuming the sacrifice, the altar, and even the water around it. The people were in awe, declaring, "The Lord, He is God." Elijah's faith had triumphed. It was a moment of undeniable victory. But not long after, Elijah's spirit wavered. When Queen Jezebel vowed to take his life, fear gripped him, and he fled into the wilderness. Alone, exhausted, and overwhelmed, he sat under a broom tree and cried out, "I have had enough, Lord. Take my life. I am no better than my ancestors." Even this great prophet, who had witnessed God's power firsthand, was overcome by despair. His mind was a storm, filled with fear, doubt, and hopelessness. Yet in Elijah's darkest moment, God responded, not with condemnation, but with compassion. An angel appeared, offering him bread and water, and said, "Get up and eat, for the journey is too much for you." Strengthened by this heavenly provision, Elijah journeyed to Mount Horeb, the mountain of God. In a cave on the mountain, Elijah poured out his heart to God. "I have been zealous for the Lord, but I am the only one left, and now they are trying to kill me too." His words were heavy with loneliness and frustration. Then God called him to stand on the mountain. A powerful wind tore through the rocks, but God was not in the wind. An earthquake shook the ground, but God was not in the earthquake. Fire blazed, but God was not in the fire. Finally, after all the noise, there came a gentle whisper, and in that whisper, Elijah heard God. God reassured Elijah that his journey was not over. He gave him a new mission and reminded him that he was not alone. 7,000 in Israel had remained faithful. With this renewed purpose, Elijah rose, ready to continue his calling. Through wind, fire, and silence, God met Elijah not just with power, but with peace, restoring his troubled mind and weary heart. Elijah's story reminds us that even in our darkest moments, God is near. He understands the storms in our minds, and He meets us with compassion, strength, and purpose. When we feel lost, His gentle whisper calls us back to hope. Will you listen for it today?